Welcome to a short but important video on the use command. And I've kind of been looking for places to put this in here, but I really wanted it to stand out and I wanted you to understand it. So I decided just to go ahead and throw it in its own little short video. But the use command is a way that we can tell our queries exactly what database to execute against. Now notice I've been using this little drop-down box so far in the course, and I haven't mentioned the use command because I didn't want to throw any more at you too fast, but now it's time. So notice this drop-down box has a list of the databases that I have available on this server. And I want to execute my queries against the AdventureWorks 2012 database. And so, I can do select asterisk from person.person, and if I execute it with AdventureWorks right here, everything is just fine, and there comes my data, right? Well, that's kind of cool, but what happens if I go brain dead on you and I come in here and I open this up and it's still against the master database, right? Notice, first of all, I get red squiggly lines. Now, this is going to happen to you from time to time. It'll drive you nuts because you're thinking, invalid object name? Oh no, where's my person table? Have I lost it? Have I somehow dropped my person table? What's going on? I need to restart my SQL server. And I go look and well, no, there it is right there. Well, and then if I try to execute it, it's going to come back with an error message and say invalid object name person. Well, you know what I'm doing? I'm executing it against the master database, and there is no person table in the master database. Notice what I can do here. I can say use AdventureWorks 2012 and execute that. And notice my little squigglies went away. So even if I leave this on master and then I execute these two together, and I'll just highlight them so it's obvious what I'm executing for you. I'll execute it, and notice it ran the query again. Notice I'm going to end up with 19,000 rows here. I'm working this thing hard. I'm going to talk to you about that later. I don't do as I do here. But notice the use command will always make sure that I'm in the proper context to execute my query. Now, you'll use this more when you're scripting and store procedures and that sort of thing. So whenever you need to switch the context of the database in code, you can use the use command to take care of that. Okay, pretty straightforward. Don't forget it, but the use command will get you out of this trouble of executing your queries against the wrong database.